What up, brawlers? Welcome back to Throwin Hands. It's me, it's Breck. We're here to review UFC 271. First review in a while, Breck, but what we initial thoughts on this card?
Really great card. Going into it, I think people thought it could have been a good card, but I think it exceeded expectations.
Oh, I completely agree. It exceeded every expectation I set for it, to be honest. But let's get into the prelims a little bit. There's one early prelim I want to talk about. Well, Blood Diamond. I mean, he got subbed pretty quickly, but Douglas Silva D'Andrade is a savage.
Yeah, that was a great fight.
That dude hit so hard. It looked like he put no effort into that punch that he made to knock him down for the last time.
Yeah, and he was getting beat up pretty bad in that first round. A lot of blood.
Yeah, he was getting beat up. That cut was nasty.
That was a nasty cut. And then whatever adjustments he made between the rounds worked, and he got the sub.
Yeah, definitely.
Crazy.
Crazy. We're not going to talk about Olberg Charant, but boring.
One of the worst fights I've ever seen.
All right, compared to Rakic Santos, what's it compared?
It's worse than that. Rakic Santos was better.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
But one guy who showed out was Kyler Phillips, I think. He looked phenomenal. I mean, that he could have subbed him with the triangle or the armbar.
Yeah.
It was this bantamweight division is so stacked. Yeah. I've never seen anything like it.
His leg kicks were nasty too. I don't know if you saw the slow-mo of one of his leg kicks hitting Rojo, and Rojo's muscle moving. Oh, it was nasty. Kyle Phillips is really good. Did you notice towards the third round he was getting pretty tired? It seemed like his cardio was going there.
Yeah.
So it's good that he probably knew that, and that's why he went for the sub.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something he's got to work on in the future. But I mean, he's 26 and he's pretty good. He's probably going to be in the top of the division within 2-3 years.
Yeah. And Marcelo Rojo's no joke. That's the thing.
Tough guy, dude. Super tough.
Yeah, he's nuts. I mean, let's say Marcelo Rojo is probably 30, 35 in that division. If we had a big 40-person ranking. Mm-hmm. But it's insane, man. It's just the level of talent in this division. But speaking of talent, Casey O'Neill, man, I know Roxanne Modafferi, retirement fight. She'd fought 50 times, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. But Casey's a beast, man. I think she could be the future of this division. What do you think?
I agree. A lot of people, we'll talk about the post-fight interview with Casey O'Neill, but she dominated this fight. I mean, Modafferi, I think, said she thought she won. I was just maybe because of the takedowns.
I don't think she said that. I know one judge thought she won, which is beyond.
That's where I was getting at, which is unreal. But we could talk later. Just the state of judging in the UFC, dude. They need to somehow new judges in.
We'll talk about that after we get through the fights.
But yeah, Casey O'Neill looks good. You would think she would have looked a little better though, considering you're fighting an opponent twice your age who's in a retirement fight, essentially.
Yeah, but at the same time, Modafferi put everything out there, man. I gotta respect her for that.
Yeah.
But we gotta talk about women's MMA would be not nearly where it is without Modafferi.
Yeah, she's one of the early trailblazers of the women's division. So good career.
Nothing to be ashamed of by any means.
No. But Casey O'Neill's post-fight interview was great. I loved it.
It was savage. You guys need to stop booing me. I mean, I understand it's a retirement fight, but she basically said I'm the man.
Yeah. She did an Al Ayaquinta, she did the boo me, F you,
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So, something that's phenomenal. Andre Alaski versus Jared Van Dara. I do believe Andre won this fight. Whatever Andre landed, it was pretty hard.
Yeah, it seemed to be Van Dara was landing more, but not. He wasn't touching him that much. It was just soft shots that seem to be landing. Like you said, Orlovsky was landing power shots more. So I guess that's where the judges took that one into account. Like he did more damage. Because you look at the numbers and you're like, oh, how did Jared not win? But
Yeah, it was. But dude, Andre Arlovsky's won like 5 of his last 6.
yeah, it's crazy. He's getting mid-40s now.
I mean, title run.
No. I mean, we saw when he fought Tom Aspinall. It was over in like 10 seconds.
Dude, that fight, that London card's in 1 month.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Let's head to the rankings for heavyweight. I say he fights somebody in the top 15 next. Augusto Sakai?
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Walt Harris. Didn't he fight Walt Harris recently?
He got knocked out by Walt Harris.
Yeah, so that's it. See, like unranked heavyweights, he's gonna do fine against. It's just I don't know, man.
I think it's crazy how Andre Arlovsky won the championship like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know.
And he's balling right now, man.
Maybe Pavlovich.
Pavlovich, yeah. I'd be game. He should fight somebody ranked next. That's my opinion. Breck, I'm gonna let you take Bobby Green Hack Prass away because you sent me the text and I know you love this guy.
Bobby Green he's cut from the same cloth that like the Diaz brothers are, where when you watch them, it's so entertaining because it's like if somebody was fighting in your backyard. Like if you had like a boxing match in your backyard with friends or something, this is how these guys fight. It's unbelievable. He landed the most significant strikes in a 3-round lightweight fight ever, I believe, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
If it went 5, I mean, he's probably landing over 300 strikes.
That's insane.
Nasrat is really tough, but he just kept trying to hit that giant overhand, that overhand left, the Hendo
it landed
bomb.
a couple times.
He landed a couple times, but Bobby Green's boxing is too smooth for him to be, his head movement was too on point. And he just kept peppering him, dude, up the middle too. Unbelievable fight. I absolutely loved how this fight started with the talking back and forth. And then And then they stood at the end of round 2 and they pointed to the ground like, we'll meet over here and fight. It was so good, dude.
Like, all right, I'm looking at the sets record for most significant strikes landed in a 3-round bout. And yeah, in UFC lightweight history. Damn, man.
It's crazy. Bobby Green is so good, dude. Like, you and me both agree that we think he beat Rafael Fiziev in his last fights.
Well, Bobby Green set the significant strike record total in history for the lightweight division.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think that's the record he broke, but I'm sure he's very close to breaking that 3-round record. I think Nate Diaz has that record, actually.
He could in one of that Conor fight that went 5 rounds, maybe. But
in a 3-round fight, I mean. But anyway, but what amazed me about Bobby Green was he'd pop out that jab and followed up like 4 or 5 punches to the body, head.
Yeah,
like
he was flowing. He was feeling
it. And Hack Press is a tough out, man.
Oh yeah.
He's not. I mean, he's Walmart Kelvin Gastelum, dude got a granite chin. I was shocked. Like, I was genuinely surprised at this Bobby Green performance, and he took it on short notice.
He took it on short notice. He's so good, dude. Like, I had a friend watching who was like, "Dude, that's Kelvin Gastelum, right?" I was like, "No." I had to explain to him that wasn't Kelvin Gastelum. But I would love to see him get a ranked opponent next, dude. Like, we think that
let's take a look at the rankings.
So if he did that well against Fiziev, who's ranked 11 now, like, why give him a 12 through 15 guy?
I say give him Gamrot.
Give him Gamrot.
Dude, Gamrot's a
Brad Riddell versus Bobby Green would be a really fun fight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude. Brad Riddell, you're right, man.
Brad Riddell, Bobby Green, book it. What a fight.
Or Gamrot. Like, Gamrot's a beast, man.
Yeah, and I think even if he loses those fights, I think he holds his own in those fights. He's such a crafty veteran,
Or Greg Gillespie, why not?
I would like to see it, but not a great matchup for Bobby Green in the wrestling department. Gregor's a good wrestler.
That's true, but man, dude, he's exciting. I think we should watch out for him in this division, man. He can make some headway.
I mean, in terms of his age and his fight experience, like, if he does, this is his last type of run.
Yeah.
Like, he's been in the game for so long, and I'm pretty sure he used to be ranked back in the day. He's fought, I think, Poirier back in the day.
Yeah, he fought Poirier.
I think he was top 10 at one point. But when the lightweight division was terrible?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It used to be like one of the worst divisions. Now it's the best. But I'm
crazy.
Just happy to see him doing well too.
Yeah. Somebody's not been doing well lately is Alexander Hernandez. Ever since he just started talking crap, dude, it's been bad.
Yeah, his last fight he won, and I thought going into this one it would give him the confidence to go out there and do it again. But Renato Moicano,
he's a big lightweight.
He's a big lightweight. He took advantage of his reach, and he got it to the ground. And when a Brazilian gets you to the ground, spells disaster.
Disaster.
That's what we saw.
And Renato Moicano was at featherweight. That's what blows my mind. He's a huge feather. He's a huge lightweight at that.
Yeah.
But man, I was impressed.
I don't think anybody. There must be some out there, but not many Alexander Hernandez fans.
No.
Ever since he trash talked Cowboy and then Cowboy knocked him out.
Yeah.
So, but good for Moicano. I think this division suits him better. He doesn't have to cut as much.
Yeah, good grappler too.
Good grappler. He's great on the ground. If he can get it to the ground, he could do some damage in the division. But
yeah, he could.
On the feet, he's not the best.
Yeah, he runs into people that are good on both like Gamrot or Saruki, and he's gonna have tough problems. But dude, if he could find a way to take it down early, he has a good place in the division.
Yeah, I would agree.
All right, the Killer Gorilla, man, knocked Derek Brunson out.
Let's take a moment of silence for Blonde Brunson. It was a good run.
6 fights, man.
6 fights. It was a good run. My friend was telling me before the fight, and I agreed with him. I was like, Brunson's fought good people. But, like, he fought, what was his last fight? Till?
Yeah.
He fought probably an injured Till who wasn't in the best, best version of Darren Till.
Yeah.
And before that, his wins aren't over the best guys. And I just thought Cannonier's so big.
I mean, he was a heavyweight, for crying out loud.
And the thing is, Brunson on the feet is okay, but he wants to get it to the ground with his wrestling. And he got a few takedowns. But the problem is he used so much energy, dude.
13 takedown attempts.
He was spamming takedowns, dude. Like, if he's just stayed a little more calm and struck it out a little bit and then mixed in the takedowns when there was leg kicks and stuff, he had a better chance of winning this fight. He just gassed himself out, dude. And Cannonier is such a beast. Like, when Cannonier got taken down, I don't know how you felt. I didn't feel like he was in danger. I was like, so strong. He'll get up. He'll use the cage. And that's what he did. He used the cage effectively. He got up every time. And then Brunson ends up on his back, and it spells disaster.
And
brutal knockout. Brutal.
Dude, that back fist Cannonier threw was pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
And when he started, landing the combinations, getting Brunson hurt, Brunson did not look right the whole second round. Like, when he stepped off the stool, something was up.
Yeah. I mean, I think he gassed himself out so much in that first.
Yeah, no excuses by any means. And then I got to give this to Derek Brunson's corner. Credit for them throwing the towel in, man.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Great decision. Great.
Like, I bet you they were trying to scramble for the towel when he was stumbling backwards. Like,
yeah, they were probably thinking right there. And that's because, dude, that first elbow he took was brutal. And then the second one, his head hit the canvas so hard. And the slow-mo of it, if you see it, it's nasty.
Yeah.
He probably
the towel fly in.
He was, like, knocked out, but not, like, fully knocked out. And he still had a little consciousness. You could see after that second elbow. It's good they threw in the towel because he easily could have taken another couple of shots there.
Yeah. I mean, credit to that corner, man. That's not an easy decision to make.
No. And I don't think he'll be mad at them like Deontay Wilder was,
Yeah, he fired his whole camp.
I think he'll be appreciative of them you know, in his later years, he'll be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? Great decision. You don't see that often. All right, let's talk about what's next for these guys. We know what Cannonier got Izzy next, right?
That's got to be the next title fight, right? Like,
yeah, it has to be June.
It has to be.
I think Izzy wants it too. But Cannonier said his next fight's his last fight. What should we do?
Cannonier said retirement?
No, Brunson.
Oh, Brunson.
Or Manson?
I was gonna say Manson. They're both coming off losses, wrestlers. Be a good it would be a good one.
Gastelum, why not?
Strickland or Gastelum, yeah.
But it's not like he can have a good return fight like the last two Rock, because it's not like he's fighting for the title next,
No. I don't know how you feel. This was Brunson's chance for the title.
Yeah, this should be his last fight. The next fight does nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. He would have to go on another 3 or 4 fight win streak.
Yeah. But man, you gotta give it to Blonde Brunson, man. One of the last Strikeforce guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. I mean,
it was crazy.
It's so the middleweight division it's crazy, dude. Because like, who the top guys? Like, who are they gonna fight? They've all essentially fought each other, except Cannonier and Izzy, which is next. But
like, and also, like Darren Till almost beat Robert Whitaker.
Yeah. Like
that. I think 1 through 8, anybody can beat anyone on any given day.
Yeah.
But let's get to this heavyweight slugfest.
What a fight,
dude! I thought Tuivasa was out of the fight when Derek Lewis had him up against the cage,
and he was landing those hammer fists. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was the watch party that I was watching with this. We all bet on Tai Tuivasa right before the fight. Where like we think everybody was like so nervous because it was like Derek Lewis is obviously like probably gonna knock him out, but like we just want to see a shoey so badly. And when those fists were happening, like everybody was so like dead silent. They're like, oh, it's over. And then when he survived, it was shock because it's got to be that Samoan chin, dude. How did he survive? He took like 8 shots, consecutively.
He said, I was Mark Hunt's punching bag for years.
He is the new Mark Hunt. It's crazy.
And Derek had him hurt like 3 times.
Yeah.
And Derek tried to capitalize on it, but when he came in to capitalize it, Tuivasa just made it
first round. Utilized wrestling really well.
Dude, his wrestling was great.
It was good. Yeah, he showed some good wrestling. He almost knocked him, almost like finished him a couple times. So going into round 2, you're like, oh, this is going to be over quick. But it seems like that wrestling winded him a little bit and set him up to be hit later, which credit to Tuivasa, dude. Not many people want to go into a firefight with Derek Lewis. And there was a standing and swinging against
swinging and banging.
And then they weren't landing much. But when Tuivasa landed, it just seemed like all the energy got drained out of Lewis. Yeah. And he kept stumbling, throwing punches.
Yeah, I remember Tuivasa landed a right hand, and then Derek Lewis clinched up. And then that's when Tuivasa started throwing some short elbows. And then
the short elbow to knock him out.
That was crazy watching Derek Lewis get flatlined.
Yeah, when he clinched up, I thought Lewis was going to wrestle him, and then the rest of the round would have been them both recovering. I didn't think Derek Lewis was that badly hurt, where it was just a short elbow. It wasn't even that much power in that elbow strike that he threw. Like,
I mean, he was already hurt by 2 other strikes, so that explains it to me.
Yeah, and just him falling slow motion was unbelievable. It was out of a movie almost.
Like I think he was conscious going down.
Yeah,
but he went unconscious mid-fall. You could tell he was reaching out his arms.
Yeah.
Then he went unconscious mid-fall.
It was crazy.
Man, dude, who does Tuivasa fight next? I think the winner of Blades and Dawkins.
I was thinking that Cyril Gahn, maybe?
Oh my gosh, please.
You gotta think Tuivasa goes from 11 to top 5 easily. Volkov makes some.
Volkov's fighting Aspinall.
Oh, that's right. He's fighting Aspinall.
I think Aspinall takes it, man.
I was gonna say maybe Stipe. It's got to be the winner of Blades Daukaus or Stipe Gane, because
Well, I mean, Stipe's probably gonna fight Jones.
yeah, that's the thing, we don't know. He's really making a run here, Tuivasa. It's crazy.
Imagine if he takes the belt.
I would love it.
Now, I'll say this: I don't think he's beating John Jones.
No,
Dude, I don't see anybody.
Curtis Blades isn't a great matchup for him either, to be honest.
No, because Curtis Blades is just gonna wrestle him.
Yeah.
Where does Derek Lewis go, man? Rosenstrike? That's the only thing I can think of.
I don't know.
It's tough.
Retire? I mean, he's done everything. You know what I mean? Like, he's fought for belts.
But here's the thing. I think he can still get back up there.
I think that was it. I think that was his last being a top guy moment there. Rosenstrike. I don't know. I really don't know.
It's sad, man. I love Derek Lewis.
Yeah, I hated to see one of them lose, but I wanted Tuivasa win more. I mean,
Chewy.
Derek Lewis also has had his time. It's time for the new guy, you know?
Yeah. I mean, Derek Lewis is only 37, so I think I'll say this. If he loses one of his last two fights, then it's over. Of his next two, rather. Then it's over.
Yeah.
I'll say that, but I think there's still a little bit left in the tank. All right, let's talk about this main event, man. Okay. You and I saw two completely different fights. I'll tell them what I saw, then you can tell the people what you saw. What I saw was an extremely competitive matchup in which Israel Adesanya definitely won rounds 1 and 3, and Robert Whittaker definitely won rounds 2 and 5. I thought the fourth round was a toss-up, therefore it wasn't a robbery. Personally, I think Robbie took it, and I think a lot of people agree with me. Breck, what were your thoughts?
I think you're in the minority. Israel Adesanya dominated this fight. If you want to go at the strike numbers, don't look at those takedown numbers. All these Rob fans keep citing these takedowns like they actually did something. Every single takedown Rob got, Izzy was up within 10 seconds. Rob did absolutely nothing with the takedowns. The only moment of danger in the entire fight was when Rob got Izzy's back. And then you would agree with Rob made such a dumb decision to let go of that choke. He had a really good position for that choke, and he let go of it too quick. You would agree with that, right?
I agree.
But dude, I get why people are saying Izzy's boring, but dude, there was not a single moment of danger besides that rear naked choke, and Izzy just got him off. Like, he outstruck him in every single way possible. Destroyed that front leg. That front leg was so chewed up. All Rob did was throw overhand lefts, a jab, and then an overhand left behind it. Didn't really utilize his right hand at all. Like, I just didn't see any moments. And the thing is, it's like when you are fighting for the title, especially in the judges' eyes, you have to take the belt from the champion if you're going to win on the scorecards. Like, Rob even said after the fight he lost, like, he didn't do enough to convince anybody that he won this fight. You know what I mean?
Convinced me. And he convinced a lot of people. That's all I see on Twitter. Now, I'm not saying Izzy Rob got robbed. No, he didn't get robbed.
Yeah, dude, all those people you see are saying he got robbed. It's the Whittaker fans are so angry that he's lost twice now to Izzy. I mean,
don't get me wrong. I love Rob. I'm sure you love Rob.
Yes.
But at the same time, it wasn't a robbery. Are you guys blind? That fourth round could go either way. It wasn't a robbery.
If you think this fight was a robbery, like, what are you watching?
Yeah,
what are you watching?
And I thought it was close. It wasn't a robbery. It could have gone either way, in my opinion. But if you think it's a robbery, you're either a filthy casual, you just love Rob so much, and you need to learn a little bit more about the sport, because it wasn't a robbery. It was a close decision. And Izzy won the fight. He won the fight. I'm sorry. I think Rob won, but I can't argue with the decision.
Davison Figueiredo, Brandon Moreno 3. That is a super close fight that could go either way. And then you could argue that it was a robbery one way or the other. Like, you would agree. It was so close.
Great fight. Great fight.
That fight was way closer than this fight, in my opinion. Like, I could see where you're saying this is close, but you would like Whitaker just didn't do enough. He didn't utilize his wrestling enough.
I agree with you in that sense. Do I think he won the fight? Yes, I'll say I think he won the fight. Was it a robbery? No, not by any stretch. I can't think of a robbery. Like, what's a blatant robbery that you can think of?
Probably Jose Aldo. Like 3 or 4 fights ago, who did he fight? Right, Piotr Jan.
Yeah, no. Oh, who's the guy? Oh, he keeps getting the crap. Who? Marab fought. Marlon Moraes.
Marlon Moraes. People think that was a big robbery, and that's essentially. I mean, the UFC agreed with it because they essentially gave the Aldo coming off a loss a title shot next. That's an example of where you could cite like a robbery in a fight. There's been throughout history. It would take too long to go through.
But I bet Rob would agree. Don't let it go to the judges.
That's the point. Why let it get to the judges, dude? If you think you won the fight, you should have finished him.
Like Rob had that body triangle on his back. He could have kept working submissions.
Dude. He could
just hopped off and just dragged him to the ground again.
Yes, exactly. Or knock him out. Take the belt. To do more with their striking. He got his leg chewed up so badly that he just kept doing the same moves over and over again. I just never felt in that fight once outside the rear naked choke that Izzy was ever in danger on the feet.
I never felt Robert was in danger outside of that jab.
Yeah, he got dropped with that jab. Izzy probably should have followed up better than
that. I mean, that's dangerous to do against Robert Whitaker if you think about it. That's true.
Also, Izzy, the rest of the fight, didn't throw that straight jab down the middle. Like, he only threw it a couple more times. It's like, maybe you should have thrown that more if you dropped him with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to talk to you about what Michael Chandler said about Izzy. What do you think? Oh, for reference, guys, Michael Chandler basically said, I thought you're supposed to show out getting all this new money. Yet all you did was spar.
I understand that because Chandler prides himself on being really fun, which he is.
I love Michael Chandler.
There's those type of fighters. But, dude, when you're a top champion, isn't the whole point of the game to
defend your belt?
Defend your belt and take as less damage as possible in your career so that you can have a further career. What has Izzy done in these last whatever amount of fights, dude? He doesn't get hit. He people can call it boring or whatever, but dude, what he's doing is incredibly hard to do. To not
restraint,
to not get this damage, to not be getting knocked down. Dude, think about, I saw this tweet and it blew my mind. Dude, look at Izzy's last like 8 fights. Who took him to the deepest waters? Kelvin Gastelum. Nobody's even come close since then.
That's because Kelvin Gastelum isn't afraid to get into the pocket.
But dude, you look at it, Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori, Robert Whitaker. None of them pushed Adesanya as far. And Adesanya like took that Gastelum fight afterwards. He took the lessons from that fight and basically said, okay, like I'm not going to get in these brawls with these guys. And he's picking them apart from the outside. And I get it. He's essentially like, he's kind of winning on points, dude, but he's winning. If you were the champion, a UFC champion, when you want to win?
Yeah.
Do you care after how it looked?
No.
Yeah, you won. You got $1 million check. Do you think he cares about how he looked? No.
And think about this with Kelvin Gastelum. If that last round wasn't a 10-8 that Izzy had, it would be a toss-up with who won that fight.
Oh, yeah.
But credit to Izzy for obviously getting that 10-8 in that 5th round. That was phenomenal. And if Kelvin Gastelum didn't go for that takedown and just followed up, he could have been the champ.
Could have been the champ. That's the craziest thing, dude.
But I think Kelvin Gastelum's just so game that he's just not afraid.
It's the thing, dude. Like Whitaker also, like, if you're gonna strike with Izzy, dude, you're not gonna beat him.
You gotta take risks.
You gotta take risks, dude. That's why Kelvin did so well in that fight, dude. He took a shot and then he took one to give one. A lot of these guys in the Vettori and the Whitaker fights, in my opinion, they don't want to get in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but it seems like, I after the Marvin Vettori Costa fight, I think you can agree with me. We both earned a lot of respect for Marvin Vettori after that
Yeah,
fight.
he's still like a crazy dude, but so much respect for a fighter.
And
I think you and me both agree he will be fighting Izzy again within a couple years.
I think you could fight him by the end of the year.
I think Marvin gets one more win. He's probably next in line, dude.
Like after that Paulo Costa fight, when he just started like screaming around the octagon, I'm like, this guy, I don't think people realize how good he is.
Yeah.
He can wrestle. The dude has a blockhead.
Yeah, dude. The thing is, it's like Izzy is good at stopping takedowns, and he can get back to his feet, but he's not an elite wrestler. And Marvin Vettori in the last fight got him down a lot, but didn't do a lot offensively. If you can, that's how Jan Blachowicz won, dude. He used his weight, obviously, but he did a lot of great offensive wrestling. It's gonna take a wrestler to be. There's so many similarities between Adesanya and Anderson Silva. I'm not saying he's Anderson Silva. I'm just saying who challenged Anderson Silva when he was at his peak, dude.
Chris Weidman. But who before that? Chael
Sonnen, dude.
And Damian Maia to some extent.
But I'm just saying, what did it take for Anderson Silva to be in really big trouble?
Wrestling.
It took a wrestler who was a really good wrestler and
undefeated,
never lost a round, never lost a fight. You all remember that. It took a triangle with 5 seconds left to win the fight. Like, it's going to take a great wrestler to beat Adesanya because on the feet, it's going to be real hard.
Like, who's the best wrestler in this division right now? It could be Vettori.
I was going to say it's probably Vettori.
Chris Weidman's ranked 15, but he's not getting back up there. Here's who could be a problem. Andre Muniz.
Yeah, he's the guy who snapped.
If he strings together a couple of wins, he could be a serious problem for Izzy.
Yeah, one down the line, maybe.
Like, serious. Like, I can't. And I think Hermanson could be a problem with him too, for him too. But at the same time, he has to win a few fights.
Yeah.
Derek Brunson could be a problem, but he just works too hard for takedowns.
Yeah.
He doesn't know when to give up. All right, Breck, let's talk about what's next for Bobby Knuckles, man.
Paulo Costa?
Vettori?
Maybe.
I think Vettori.
I was going to say Paulo Costa just because they were scheduled to fight originally last summer, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then Rob got hurt, I believe, something like that.
Something like that, but I think Vettori is the answer.
Yeah, it makes sense. 1 and 2. I would like to see Costa too, because Costa Whitaker is a more striker-friendly fight. You know, like
yeah,
I'd like to see that.
Speaking of Vettori, I wonder when UFC is going to return to ABC.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are the best.
Dude, that Holloway fight was the perfect introduction for that network.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
But anyway, let's talk about judging real quick. Whoever scored that fight in favor of Modafferi needs to never judge again.
Dude, it's crazy. I understand there's a whole red tape situation where there's different commissions in every state. So every commission has different rules. Every commission appoints different refs, different judges. So they can't have a unified UFC judge that goes to every fight. There's got to be different people. It's how it works. But dude, if there's some of these these longtime boxing judges that are reffing UFC, and even some of these UFC judges who have been judging UFC a lot, it's like, you've been watching the sport for so long, and like, how are you getting it this off? Like
I honestly feel like somebody like you and me could do better.
Probably not. What they need to do, dude,
fighters,
is take old retired fighters that they have free time. There's probably some out there that could, you know what I mean? Bring back a Forrest Griffin. Have him be a
Mark
judge.
Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these guys know, they know what they're seeing. Like, what's it called? Frank Trigg is a ref, and I think he's a pretty good ref.
He's a solid ref. He knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing. He's been in the game. Like, bring back some old fighters that if they're retired or whatever, bring them out of retirement, make them judges, and
Get them some money.
Yeah, pay them well. They don't do that to their fighters already, but pay them something, and we will see the judging go up. Like it'll just go up and up.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think Bisping even said something like we're saying, like it just makes sense. And I like Mike Beltran being a judge from time to time. It makes sense. He knows what he's seeing.
Yeah.
Like, or get judges, like get refs. Like that makes sense. Like Mike Beltran, I could see 4 rounds to 1 with Izzy, but like I just feel like it doesn't make sense because these are boxing judges as well.
Yeah, that's the one thing. When it's a boxing judge, it's like it's almost like they don't see it the same. Like they don't know what to weigh in terms of how much the takedowns count, how much does ground control time count. It's too complicated for them.
Yeah, they don't know. And like I said, I think someone like you, I never want to become a ref. I mean, no, I don't want to become a ref. I don't want to become a judge. But I feel like someone like you and me could honestly do better than most of these judges.
It's crazy. It's like also like whatever city you go to. So they were in Houston. There's probably some UFC fighter that fought out of Houston for 10 years. Have him, you know what I mean? Like,
or some people on the local circuits as well.
On the local circuits that are, yeah, exactly. Like, they just need to look into the MMA community. There's people who will judge that will be willing to do it, who will do a great job.
Yeah, like Sal D'Amato, all those guys, Dan Clearly, they don't cut it.
No, dude, it's crazy. I mean, it's going back a week or whatever, but how do you have Jack Manson beating Sean Strickland last week?
I don't. Like, how?
How is it possible? Are you crazy?
Like, I think Strickland got a round.
Hermanson.
Yeah. Hermanson got 1 round.
Yeah, he got 1 round.
If that.
And a judge had him winning. I mean, in all honesty, that person should be put before like a
counsel.
The night of the fight. Like, dude, what? How did you get this wrong?
Like, I think I was watching a Bisping YouTube video. I don't know if you watch his YouTube videos.
Occasionally.
But he made a point. He's like, they need to sit this judge down, have him rewatch the fight, and explain why he judged it the way he did.
Yeah, and if his answers are like way off, he can't be a judge anymore.
Like, also, like this is like their paychecks.
Yeah.
This isn't something like not too serious. It's not like a local circuit where they get paid $100. This could be there's a difference between $200,000 and $500,000, depending on what type of fight they're going to get next.
For the prelim, imagine a prelim fighter. You're getting paid $20,000 to fight,
and then you get double your purse to win.
Double your purse to win. What if you lose a close split decision because the judge makes a terrible decision, dude? That 20 extra, that prelim fighter needs that money so much.
And back like 2 years and a half ago, whoever said Paul Felder beat RDA is insane.
Oh, insane. Insane.
Like, props to Felder. Don't get me wrong. That dude didn't have to step up by any means. But at the same time, what are you thinking?
It's crazy. I mean, there's in boxing, there's always going to be times where judges make weird decisions, but it seems like the boxing judges just have it down to a science now. And
I mean, also, there's a lot of money and BS involved in boxing.
That's true, but it seems like it's
an old sport too.
Yeah, so they've been doing it for a while, so they know what they're seeing, and it essentially to me is almost like a growing pain for MMA. Like, the sport is catching on so much.
It's awesome.
Awesome, but it's just like it's a pain that we're having these terrible judges decisions coming in. It's just unfortunate.
All right, let's talk about some stuff. Jared Cannonier should get the next title fight. I'm all for it. That could be a banger of the fight because Cannonier's game.
I'm guessing that would probably be in the fall.
June. Izzy said he wants to fight in June.
June.
And I'm all for it.
It's a quick turnaround for both.
Well, that's 4 months.
Yeah.
Also, someone was talking about Strickland, how he could compete against Izzy. I think Strickland will get absolutely pieced up by Izzy.
He probably would, but he would continue to walk forward, and it would make for great entertainment.
Oh yeah.
He would say in the cage that would be great. It'd be great.
Yeah. So Columbus has found a new main event, and I'm pleasantly surprised at how good this main event is. So only 6 weeks out from the event.
Yes, it is a letdown from the original, though.
Yeah, I want to see Jan Blachowicz fight, but look, think about it. Blades and Dawkins, you get that 6 weeks out. Like, that's not bad.
No, it's a good replacement.
If Dawkins can stuff takedowns, this could be a really good fight.
Yeah.
Or Blades might just maul him on the ground. But let's take a look at that card. It's a solid card. I mean, you got who do you have on the prelims? You have Watterson, Hebus, and Magny, and who else on who's Magny fight? I can't remember. Magny and I can't remember on the prelims. So it's a pretty set card, and we get to see I get to see Olynyk in real life, baby.
Yeah, dude, he's got to be retiring pretty soon. I mean, he's fought like 100 times, dude. It's crazy.
I know, it's nuts. I mean, I think he's fought over 70 fights.
And he always he either what's it called? What does he have, 40 wins by that anaconda choke or whatever?
Ezekiel choke.
He's got 40, 30 or 40 wins or something, or by that choke or so. It's crazy.
I think he has that many by submission. Let's look it up. Alexei Olynyk.
Or by submission.
Alexei Olynyk has 46 wins by submission.
Yeah, see, I was right. It's in the 40s. It's great. That's an absurd stat. That just doesn't happen.
8 wins by knockout, 5 by decision.
When he knocks somebody out, it's shocking.
He knocked out who did he knock out? It was kind of crazy. I can't remember, but he subbed Mark Hunt, Junior Albini, Travis Brown. And he also fought Chael Sonnen. He lost to Chael Sonnen.
Chael's never lost.
He's never lost. But I gotta admit, this next card coming up is okay.
I was just gonna ask you. I don't think it's just okay. I think it's a little bit worse than okay. I think it's gonna not have great viewership, this card. Let's just say.
I think for hardcore fans, Pickett Dawkins could be good.
Yeah, so could Buckley.
Dude, Judo Thunder. Oh, dude, that's a banger. Someone's going out. Mata versus Jim Miller, interesting. Parker Porter versus Alan Badeau.
What?
Oh God, this is bad.
It's not a great. It's really not a great card.
Why? How is Johnny Walker still getting headline fights?
I don't know. He's got John Kavanaugh as his coach now, which is very not great for him.
He needs to go to ATT or something. But next week's card.
2 weeks from now?
Yeah. Benil Dariush and Makhachev, man.
It's a better card.
But the card isn't that great. The main event's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, where's this essential? I mean, dude, you could make a good argument that the next 3 to 4 cards aren't great. Even the Dawkins Blades card it's good. It's okay.
Dawkins Blades is a solid card, man.
Covington Masvidal, not a great pay-per-view outside the main event, and Barbosa versus Bryce Mitchell.
And Fazeev and RDA got moved to that card.
Okay, so that makes it a little bit better.
And then you have Kevin Holland on there too.
What's the next pay-per-view after that?
You have the GOAT Jessica I on there too.
273 is the next
banger.
Wow card. That's the one I'm circling on the calendar. That is the card of cards for this coming up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think Blades versus Dawkins, the London card's really good.
Yeah.
Blades Dawkins.
It'll be fun to see a London crowd too.
Blades Dawkins should be good. You got Volkov Aspinall, Paddy Pimblett, Alan Hooker. Yeah. Abdurrahimov Pavlovich, Paul Craig Krylov, Gunnar Nelson's coming back.
Gunnar Nelson. It's what a name, dude.
Jai Herbert. Like, this is Makayev, that new guy that everybody's hyped up about.
Mhm.
Like Jack Shore, Corey McKenna. Like, dude, this is a really good card. Dude, and the crowd's going to be nuts.
Yeah, the crowd will be great.
Then the Columbus card, which I will be there if you want to come meet me. Just DM me on Twitter.
I'm telling you, 273 is like,
That's
it's so stacked.
dude. Here's what they should. Here's what they should do. They should give Korean Zombie his fight money and win money, and let Holloway step back in.
I would love that. That'd be great. It'll be so unfair to Korean Zombie.
Well, then I just guarantee Zombie the next shot.
Yeah, why not?
That's not a bad deal. Get
Not a bad deal.
let's say get 400K for free. Not do anything.
Yeah.
But Cater said he's gonna be a backup as well.
Interesting, dude. We didn't talk. Did you see that little Modelo skit that Calvin Cater did?
That was bizarre.
It was so bizarre. Like, he stole a beer from a dude, and then he stole his girl, and then he's drinking in front of the cat. Dude, it made no sense. It was like, whoever planned that, why?
He needs to be fired immediately. Oh, Ian Gary's on that 73 card too.
Yeah, dude. Dude, Tisha Torres versus
Dern
is a crazy good fight too.
Dern's accent is 100% authentic. All right, Breck, we've been recording a while. It's been a good episode. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, just be prepared for mediocre cards.
Yeah, I look, the main events
Are great. For the most part, they're good.
Dara, I mean, next week's card is a shed cooler.
You would agree. We would like to see Jamal Hill just knock out Johnny
Please.
Walker, right? Please.
I think Jamal Hill could do it.
I think Jamal Hill's a problem in this division. Bro.
Didn't he knock out Jimmy Crute?
Yeah.
God. And I think Jimmy Crute's a problem in the division.
Yeah. So,
dude, give light heavyweight 3 years, and it's going to be nuts.
It'll be great. Once the old guys get out, once
our boy Yuri Prohaska reigns over the division,
it's going to be a reign of terror, bro.
Oh, that's something else I wanted to bring up. Usman said he wanted to move up 2 divisions and fight.
Good luck.
Dude, can you imagine if he just ran into a freight train like Yuri Prohaska?
Usman versus Yuri Prohaska would be a great fight in terms of selling. It would, like, people would be so interested in it.
But when he goes to the woods of the Czech Republic, I mean,
you don't want that smoke, dude. I'm telling you, Yuri Prohaska is gonna hold the belt in this division for like 5 years. I don't think he's gonna lose for like 5 years, dude.
And this is what's gonna happen. When he loses it, he's gonna go out like a light. Because of how he fights.
Dude, he's essentially the light heavyweight Tony Ferguson.
But not nearly good as grappling. But he's over at Fight Ready. So who knows?
Who knows, dude? Maybe
he's probably rolling with John Jones.
Maybe he's getting better, dude. Maybe this is the beginning of Prohaska. He's not even in his final form yet, dude. That's how scary this dude is. Dude, when you look at his stats, he has finished knocked out. Not even TKO, not like knocked out opponents cold, like 96% of his fights.
Let's take a look.
It's absurd.
I'm taking a look at his record right now. Dude, it's almost all KO.
Dude, he is the scariest dude.
And he has a TKO submission to punches. Like, and his Muay Thai is nuts. But dude, I mean, I think he got an offer like 4 or 5 years ago to come to the UFC. But he said no, which I think that was a good decision because he lost to Muhammad Lawal. And then, but look at before he came to the UFC, CB Dalloway, Fabio Maldonado, Mo Lawal, he beat Vadim Nemkov.
Yeah.
Like, dude, his pre-UFC fights are insane.
Craziness.
And then he goes in, I think Uzdemir was ranked 6th, and he just knocks him out cold.
Destroys Reyes, who
he's still in the shadow realm.
A couple fights before took John Jones to the 5th round. Like,
no one's the same after fighting John Jones.
That's a good point, yeah.
Dude, Yuri's just so scary. Like, the dude just like, I remember watching that Reyes fight, and like those front kicks. like those teep kicks. I'm like, do you really want to fight this guy? Like that would suck. He's just moving forward the whole time, and he's just destroying you.
Yeah, it's not good for the other fighters.
And the spin, that spinning elbow, I'll never. You and I are live react to that on the channel, by the way. Go check that out.
Yeah, it's our most viewed reaction.
Dude, there's like 3,500 views on that. I'm pretty pleased about it.
Yeah, why not?
And just like I remember you going, "Oh my gosh," and then I go, "Oh my gosh," and we were like trembling and just laughing because this like that's like, and you know how everybody's like, "Oh my gosh," after a knockout, like it was silent
because we thought Reyes, like, he looked like he perished for a second.
Because he could have perished with the way he landed on his head.
That's what I'm saying. The way he landed, I thought like he might be like dying. They need to get him into an ambulance right away. Like,
dude, I don't know, man. It's and I think you agree with me on this. When he came out the lake and like, that's what I'm like. There's no way Reyes is winning.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, he has the power of like some deity on his side, dude. Can't tell me I'm wrong.
Dude, I hope they. Can you imagine? Like everybody loves Yuri in the Czech Republic. They could go to a soccer stadium for him headlining.
Yeah.
Man, dude, light heavyweight's gonna be so much fun in 3 years.
It is.
All right, man. I think that'll wrap it up for us. Any final thoughts?
No. Good.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Throwin Hands. We shall see you soon.
Peace.